Hello Internet, this is Justin Ichikawa from the Tiyawase Karate Studio. Today what we're going to talk about are 4 different ways to tie your belt. Whether it's karate, whether it's taekwondo, whether it's jujitsu. I don't know about kung fu, I think you all have sashes. But regardless, please follow along as I do these steps nice and slow. Let's get right into it, here we go. Alright, so here's the first tie that we're going to be doing. This is a generic, straightforward tie. It's one we teach in our school to all our beginners. We like to have our belts even. What we're going to do is we're going to fold the belt in half. We're going to match the ends over on this side, and then we follow the other end. This is going to be our middle point of our belt. So I'm going to take that end, I'm going to start it right in the center of my stomach. I'm going to wrap it all the way around, and I'm going to cross it in an X in the back. So now, when you cross it in the back, generally, what happens is the belt has a little bit of a twist to it, as you can see. So what I like to do is I like to do like an OK symbol, so it looks kind of like this. Gotcha. So I'm going to take this here, I'm going to run it from the back of the belt and kind of smooth it out so it ends up straight. So that way, if you look at the back of my belt, it straight lines all the way through. It just, you don't have to do that, it just, I don't know. It looks a little nicer, it feels a little nicer, some people like it. So as soon as I get to that spot, now I have 2 sides, I'm going to make an X with them. The one on the top is going to do all the work, okay? So I'm going to take that top one and it's going to go underneath the piece of belt that's closest to my stomach. So I'm going to take that, and what you could do is you could just take the end of it like a snake's head and you could run it up the middle. You could reach down in there and grab it. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. So I'm going to take that end, I'm going to put it right underneath that piece of belt. I'm going to pull either side till it's straight. At this point, we want to make sure that our belt is even. Even meaning that I have both ends meeting together at the end. So now with that same one that went on top before, it's going to go on top again. So the one pointed upward is going to go on top again to make another X. I'm either going to reach inside this loop, or I will take the top piece and I will go right inside of that hole right there. I'm going to take either end and I'm going to pull it. Real quick, swift motion. I'm going to pop my belt outward. You don't want to pop it backwards, you just want to pop it straight out, and so it should have a nice tight knot at the end. In the very end, it should look like 2 bunny ears. So that is version numero uno. Alright, now the second version that we have, it will end the same, but it will start a little different, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of belt about, I don't know, from like about my arm width, I want to say. I want to start that right in the center of my body. So I'm going to take that piece and I'm going to wrap it all the way around, and it's going to overlap the piece I started with. So the other remaining belt over here is going to overlap and go right on top of that piece of belt. I'm going to go all the way around one more time so it comes around full circle. And notice when I do this in the back, I don't even have to do that OK symbol all the way around because it actually lays straight on its own. So it's kind of convenient that way. Now as soon as I have this, I want to, again, as I did before, I'm going to take the top piece and I'm going to put it underneath both pieces of belt. I'm just going to go all the way up just like that. And my same top piece, that's pointed upward, I'm going to put it on top to make an X just like I did before. Should look like the Jack in the Box fish right here. I'm going to take that top piece right here and I'm going to put it right inside this loop, or I can either reach in and I can grab that loop and I can pull all the way through. So again, when I'm all done, I snap it nice and tight and it should look like 2 bunny ears. Straighten myself up, make me look all fancy. So that's version number 2. Now this next version that we're going to be doing starts the same way as the first one. I'm going to start it right in the middle of my stomach. I'm going to wrap it all the way around. Okay, when I wrap it all the way around, again, when I cross it in the back, I want to do my little OK symbol. Did I get you again? I'm going to go all the way to the back and I'm going to wrap it back around in the front so that way I have a smooth, even lines in the back. Okay, so I'm going to take that piece and it's going to go again under both pieces of belt, and then you can pull it out just like that. Now at this point, this is a little different. I'm going to take one of the pieces on the side here. So this is the same piece right here. This is the right side, we'll say. And the right side, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of belt, that one that's pointed upward, and I'm going to put it right here inside that little piece. Okay, but I want to leave a little bit of open space, if you can see right here, right there. So this little loop, what we're going to do is we're going to take the other end and we're going to put it right in that loop. And I'm going to grab both sides and I'm going to pull it. And again, we want to snap like 2 bottom fists. Boom, and pop it out. Okay, now this last one is my personal favorite. This is how I tie my belt here at my school, just myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the belt in half just like I did before. Except this time, instead of starting it in the middle just like this, I'm going to take one end, the folded end in my left hand, take the open end in my right hand, and I'm going to take these open ends and I'm going to feed it through this little opening right here, and I'm going to pull it so it's all the way. Not too tight, but you want to give it a nice comfortable feeling. I'm going to take my 2 ends here, so I have a top end and a bottom end. I'm going to take the bottom end, I'm going to put that bottom end underneath these 2 pieces of belt right here. So it's here, I'm going to put it underneath those 2 pieces just like that, and then I'm going to take it, the same one that went inside over here, and I'm going to put it on top again in a little X. I'm going to feed it right inside this loop. I'm going to pull it super tight, boom, and I'm going to snap it, and then again in the end it should look like 2 bunny ears just like that. So you have 4 ways of tying your belt. Good for you. Here are a couple ways how not to tie your belt. How not to tie your belt. Because, and
yo te traigo esta bomba puertorriqueña. Yo te la traigo de Cupey, de Vega Baja y de Santurce, de todas partes de Puerto Rico. Esta bomba yo la dedico a toda mi gente de Puerto Rico.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys all learned something today. If you didn't learn something today, then maybe you should stop watching. Please subscribe if you haven't yet already. I put out a video every Monday. If you have any questions about belt tying, please leave it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this film and you think that it helped and it was relevant and it didn't suck, I want you to please hit the like button. Until next time, Tang Su.